We are finally in the best weekend for bowl games this year, so let's get into all the bowl games that will be played on Saturday, December 30th. First, let's start with the Arizona Bowl between Toledo and Wyoming. Toledo is one of the hottest group of 5 teams in the country. They've won 11 of their last 12 games. Their only loss was the MAC championship against Miami of Ohio. Wyoming, on the other hand, has had a roller coaster of a season. They started the year with a win at home against Texas Tech, and they kept their game with Texas close up until the last 9 minutes of the game, but losses against UNLV, Boise State, and Air Force plagued their season. Toledo is going to be hurt by the transfer portal in this bowl game without their star quarterback, Quan Finn, and running back Penny Boone, but I'm not going to make the same mistake I did when I was predicting the Myrtle Beach Bowl and said that Ohio was also going to be severely hurt by the transfer portal after they put 41 on Georgia Southern. I think this year the MAC is a much better conference than the Mountain West, and give me Toledo in the Arizona Bowl. Next, let's talk about the Music City Bowl between Auburn and Maryland. Maryland's best chance was to ride their passing attack led by Taulia Tagovailoa. They had one of the highest yards per game and points per game out of anybody in the country. But unfortunately for them, Taulia Tagovailoa has opted out of this bowl game, and I think that's severely going to hurt Maryland. There were a few Auburn games this year where it just felt like they were on the cusp of turning the program around. Hugh Freeze had Auburn in a lot of big games, notably Alabama and Georgia. They have the talent right now to beat Maryland, and they're building on that talent to compete at the higher end of the SEC moving forward. I'm picking Auburn in the Music City Bowl. Next, let's talk about the 2 fun ones of the day, starting off with the Peach Bowl. This game is the most excited I am out of any of the New Year's 6 bowl games that are not a playoff game. I think we are in for one of the most interesting bowl games out of any bowl game this year. Just looking on the offensive side, Ole Miss is ranked 18th in points per game and Penn State is ranked 11th, averaging 34 and 37 points per game respectively. And on the defensive side this year, Ole Miss is actually doing quite well compared to previous years. They have the 34th best scoring defense in the league, and Penn State is the 3rd best scoring defense, averaging 11 points per game. Ole Miss is averaging 21 a game. This is going to be a great matchup, but I really like Penn State to beat Ole Miss in this bowl game. To me, this is one of those build for the future bowl games, and I really think Penn State is going to capitalize. And finally, we have the college football playoff runner-ups between Florida State and Georgia, or at least what's left of both of their teams. I'm pretty disappointed in Florida State. 23 Florida State players have said they are not going to play in this bowl game no matter what, whether it's due to the transfer portal or to prepare for the NFL draft. On the Georgia side, there are no players who have publicly said they are not playing in this game. Now, there's rumors going around about Brock Bowers, but that's really all that I've seen. Full strength, I was initially going to take Georgia, but now I'm really going to take Georgia. The talent gap between Georgia and Florida State was already massive, and with all these transfers and people opting out of the bowl game, it is just going to widen that gap even more. I think Georgia wins big in the bowl game. If you want me to make a specific video of your team's bowl game, make sure to comment which one you want me to make, and I will make all of them as we are getting into the best bowl game weekend of the year.